Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished Barcelona 3, Elche nil. Another game that I'm reviewing, which where the opposition was reduced to 10 men and the team walks out 3-0 winners. I mean, it's just it's interesting. It's an incredible game, and there was quite a few talking points actually. But again, it's a game where you don't learn a lot as a manager of your team because you're playing against a team with 10 men, and it is kind of a little bit of a downer from that perspective. But I don't think Elche really posed much of a threat, even with 11 men. With the 10 men, they just had nothing. And I think the one point of difference between this game and the one that I reviewed before with the City game, if you haven't checked it out, do check it out, by the way, is the fact that I think City kind of let Wolves back in, and Wolves are a better team than Elche. Let's be honest, they are a better team than Elche. But Barcelona just they never gave Elche a shout. They just went, no, this is our game. We're going to control it, and we're going to dominate you. We're not going to take our foot off the gas. And they did that. And for 90 minutes, they did that. And that is impressive in itself. That is impressive. A few things to note, as I said, but we'll go to the goals first. And again, that first goal, the first goal was always going to be crucial. Like, how soon were Barcelona going to get it? Because along it's in nil, you do sometimes get a little bit antsy. The crowd gets a little bit anxious. It does happen. So you want to get that goal as quickly as possible, especially if the team is down to 10 men. Credit to Elche, they went all the way up to the 34th minute before they conceded. And that's credit to them. But ultimately, that goal came, and it came because of them being down to 10 men, which meant there was a lot of space in the wide areas, and that is where the goals came from, the wide areas. Balde cuts down from that on that left hand side. It was a nice cross in, by the way, and it's a simple tap in for Lewandowski. Another goal for him to add, and you know what? Like I said, Balde, he's now not played two games this season. He's not played the draw against Vallecano, and he's not played the loss against Bayern. Every other game he's played, and every other game Bayern have won. Sorry, Barcelona have won. So I know correlation does not necessarily mean causation, but the reality is that he does offer something that I don't think Alba or Alonso can offer in that left back. So I hope he continues playing there. He should be an automatic starter now, no matter the opposition. I think he should be an automatic starter. Yes, he'll be rested, of course, for certain games. He should, as he should be. I don't think he should be dropped for games. I don't think there's anybody right now in that Barcelona team who's a better left back. So just gotta give him that confidence and to tell him, look, you're a starting left back, and I think that's the way to go. But it's another goal for Lewandowski. It's 1-0. And then really it was a matter of, well, how many can Barcelona go and get? Because you knew Alche weren't really posing much of a threat. The second goal came, another great finish from Memphis. I was surprised he started today ahead of Ferran Torres, but there was a besting plan. I was surprised that he started ahead of Ferran Torres. I was surprised he started ahead of Ansu Fati. I didn't think that, but he justified the selection with a goal. Nice finish from him as well to make it two. It was a very good finish. He actually had a couple of other chances which he could have taken, but he didn't. But made it 2-0. Game was over at that point. Could have been 3-0 very soon after. Pedri scored as well, but that was chalked off for offside. And then in the second half, what you really want is a 2-0. You want in the second half to make a good start, get a quick early goal, which is what they did. Dembele goes down that right hand side. Again, wide areas, space open for the player. Goes down the right, puts again a nice little cross in. Try their best out here to get away, to get it out, get away. But Memphis, I think, had a good little cut back, and it's a finish from Lewandowski, and it's 3-0, and it's two goals for him today. Him and Haaland had a nice little rivalry in the Bundesliga. They're now having a nice little rivalry in opposite leagues for the Golden Boot. I mean, Haaland scored one, Lewandowski scored two today, so he's kind of caught up with him a little bit. It's an interesting rivalry, that one. I mean, an interesting one to watch. I do feel that is something to keep an eye on. And Mbappe is around there as well, but that really, I think Haaland versus Lewandowski, I think, is a big striker fight for this season. But yeah, I mean, 3-0, a comfortable win and job done. They could have actually 4, 5, 6. I mean, and it really was about how many Barcelona wanted. They were a bit profligate, and there were 20 shots on goal. So definitely something to work on. There were quite a few chances. There was chances for Ferran Torres as well. There was one for Ansu Fati who come to a couple of good runs, but he couldn't quite find the finish or the pass or the turning pass. Pedri had some really nice touches, by the way. But the real issue, I think, as far as Barcelona are concerned, is rotation of players. And I guess it's not an issue as per se. It's a problem of plenty, as we say, and sometimes that is a good problem. Sometimes it's not. I think it wasn't a good problem when they played Bayern because it meant that he played Marcos Alonso when he really shouldn't have. And that is something that's going to hurt. That's going to probably be an issue for Xavi. He's going to have to rotate his resources, but for the big games, he's going to decide what is my best 11. And whoever gets left out is going to feel bad for being left out because everybody's playing so well right now. But he's going to have to make that decision. He's going to settle on this is my 11. When I'm playing the Real Madrid, when I'm playing the Atleticos, when I'm playing possibly the Bayerns, the Manchester Cities. This is going to be my first choice 11, and that's going to be key for him to figure out. But for now, I think he's doing well. He's rotating his resources, but he's eventually going to have to settle on that. I can't really fault anyone. I don't think anyone had a bad game. It's interesting. I like Frenkie de Jong. The thing is, I think Gavi and Pedri are so good together. You just wonder where Frenkie de Jong fits in, if he has a role, where he fits in. But the thing is, Frenkie de Jong is so different to both of them. He offers something very different. So you kind of don't want to leave him out as well, but you can't really play him as a CDM, can you? So you've got to figure out where you play him. And for me, that is a key point that to think about how he fits into the dynamics of this team, because he does offer something very different to Gavi and Pedri. Pedri was probably sensational in this game. And I know a lot of people will talk about Lewandowski being man of the match, and rightly so if you think Lewandowski is your man of the match. But I would like to give it to Pedri. I thought he was really, really good. The kind of the passes that he was making, he controlled that midfield. He dominated that midfield from the word go. And so for me, I think he would be my man of the match. But let me know in the comments. I mean, if you think differently, if you think no, Lewandowski should be your man of the match, let me know, of course. But I thought he played really well throughout this game. Of course, it was good to watch. I was like a good midfield performance anyway. It's good. The other issue for Barcelona will be that defense, and it's again an issue. It's not an issue per se. I don't think Kounde should be playing right back. I think Barcelona's best centre back pairing is Kounde and Araujo. That's got to be their starting centre back pairing. You then figure out who you play at right back. Whether you play Bellerin, whether you play Sergio Roberto. I just think playing Kounde at right back is a compromise, because he's got Christensen and he's got Garcia, and and then he's got Pique as well. So he's got like he's basically got 5 centre backs, and he's got only 2 centre back positions. So it's almost a compromise to say I'll play 3 centre backs in my back 4, and in that way then I'm only keeping 2 on the bench. So to me that's the issue. But I think he should go back down to he's got to go down to those 2 and then figure out where his right back, because I think Kounde is wasted at right back. Now, it might be the case where you think Hector Bellerin and Sergio Roberto are not good enough to be starting right backs, and that's a perfectly logical reasoning to have. But I just feel they lose so much when they play Kounde as right back. And I don't think Eric Garcia or Christensen, for that matter, I don't think they're really the standard of centre back that's going to be required to win the Champions League. I think it's so short against Bayern, because Christensen I thought was very average. And Garcia has always been a bit slow. He's always been a little bit off the mark. So I'm not sure if he's improved that much. He's had a good start of the season, but I'm not sure if he's at that level yet where you can say, yeah, he's going to keep a Haaland, or he's going to keep a Mane or a Salah, whoever he's going to call, he's going to keep them quiet. So for me, or Benzema for that matter, yeah, can't forget Benzema. Can he keep those guys quiet? I'm not sure he's at that level yet. But anyway, time will tell. That's another thing for Barcelona to figure out. By the way, simple cruise, 3-0, go top of the league as well now, although we are yet to play tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But it's a vital 3 points, of course, and keep that momentum going through, especially with the international break coming up. You don't want to end up on a draw or a loss before those games, but that was never really in doubt. Anyway, let me know in the comments, what did you think about the game? What do you think about Barcelona's performance, about Elche's performance? That red card really killed the game, didn't it? 15-minute red card. I mean, I didn't talk about it actually, but that red card was the one that really it's a silly red card again, same as the last one, silly red card. It shouldn't be doing that, but it's just a moment of madness, and it just ruined the game. Any chance of a competitive game, that ruined it. But anyway, let me know what you think. Of course, do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook as well. We've got lots more match reactions coming up this weekend. So when you subscribe, you do get notified to those videos as they drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.